Hello and welcome to the Dragon Ball podcast. To celebrate episode 131, I think I'll play this for a little bit quickly. Come on. No, I don't want to get sued, so I'm going to end it here. Did that sound okay, by the way? Because I hadn't tested it out.
Yeah, sounded fine to me.
Sweet.
Sound like duty, but we'll go with it.
Boo! That is one of the hypest songs ever. Anyway, Dragon Ball Super, it finished, and we were a little bit sad, but the ending was... It was amazing. This week we've got the universe's only savior, Garri.
Hello, hello. Ooh, I like this. I am the universe's only savior.
How are you doing today?
I am pretty good, man. How about you?
I'm really good. Last night's episode was just It
was good.
It was animation.
It was good and bad, and we'll get into that, in my opinion.
And he was asleep for the tournament, but he's now here anyway. It's Chris.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Chris. What did you think of last night's episode?
I was extremely excited about it. I am very happy it turned out like it did. I kind of called earlier that about the universes being restored, so I'm happy about that.
I think everyone called that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was all overall. I thought it was a very, very satisfying ending. If the episode itself was a little underwhelming, I said this before, but I really think they should have done it as an hour-long special for their big kickoff.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, overall, really good.
Okay, I'm going to start with my opinions on this episode. I loved what happened at the end. I'm not going to spoil that just yet, but I loved the fight with Goku and... Well, I like the fight with Android 17 and Frieza versus Jiren, using their unique abilities to actually keep Jiren at bay. Like Android 17's barriers and Frieza's telekinesis, turning Jiren into a Jiren sandwich with rocks.
Jiren sandwich.
So yeah, but I did think that Jiren looked a bit like Super Boo in a few of the scenes again.
He really is starting to look a lot like Boo. It's like, come on, Toriyama, what are you doing here?
It's like, okay, if he was pink, he would be Super Boo, just buff. He would be buff Super Boo. I'm not talking the big hulky buff one. I'm talking like, in between the two. Like a fit Boo gained some muscle mass.
Boo on steroids, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Super Boo on steroids.
So yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the animation week was amazing. And of course that scene that I'll let Garri talk about was also probably one of the highlights of the episode for me. And while we're talking about that, Garri, go ahead.
Yes. Hello. I thought it was good for the most part. There's some parts I wasn't too thrilled about, but for the most part, it was great. I guess I'll just start at the beginning. Frieza and 17 essentially coming up with a plan, and 17 realizing that Frieza is realistically the only one who can hurt Jiren at that point. And of course, Frieza goes in and kind of goes toe-to-toe with Jiren. I thought was pretty cool. My boy Frieza, of course. I always love watching him fight. He just has such a unique fighting style. It just makes me excited every time he's going head-to-head with somebody. But, it got to the point where Jiren's kind of like, he steps on his tail, starts wailing at him. And then, of course, he becomes a Jiren sandwich, which was pretty great to see. And kind of Frieza just...
Can I just add, I feel bad for Frieza. His tail has been such a hindrance this entire arc.
It really is. This has been like a weak point
Yeah.
for him, whereas before it's been like one of his like surprise strong suits when it comes to combat. Just used against him over and over. But it was great to see Frieza finally actually get some sort of revenge on Jiren and actually hurt him. The part that really kind of upset me was Super 7, or not Super 7, oh my god, 17 essentially self-destructing a second time. I thought that was just actually stupid.
I don't think he self-destruct again.
He did self-destruct again. He said he's going to do it again, and he created a shield. That way there's no way for him to escape the blast. He self-destructed again. He survived it again.
I guess.
And
I don't think so. I think what he was talking about doing again was his move behind Jiren's back.
Yeah, that's why.
Jiren said that's not going to work again, but 17 said basically, yeah, it is. You're not escaping this time.
he didn't escape the first time.
No, but what
when he hit him from behind.
Is, he shot him from behind, but he dodged it the second time. He probably, as I said, I think he shot him from behind, put the barrier up so the explosion was stuck in there.
I don't know. To me, it looked like he blew himself up again. Like the flash, and then the explosion inside it, and then the shield breaking. To me, it looked like he did it again. It could be either one. I guess it just depends on how you look at it. To me, it looked like he tried to self-destruct again, to try to finish him off because he failed the first time. So to me, that moment was kind of upsetting, but it damaged Jiren enough. Like, just think about it. Like, if he tried to do a normal attack like he did before, I don't think it would have hurt Jiren as much as it did. Brought him to his knees.
But Jiren is really weakened right now, so it might have.
It might have.
Jiren is weak to surprise attacks, so he takes double damage.
Yeah, I guess. But you know, like 17 kind of standing up and is like, "You're gonna have to finish him because I can't." Clearly, and you know, Frieza just kind of like, "Oh, thanks for the trust. Like, of course you're gonna leave it up to me. I know I'm the only one." But it again comes to the point again. It's like you would think like it's just Frieza's ego again gets the better of him, and he's like, "Oh, look, you're on your knees. You're groveling to me. I'm the greatest." And he takes forever to finish off Jiren like an idiot. What I did
gave him the speech of friendship.
Yes, which I actually really enjoyed. It kind of went back to what happened with Goku when Jiren was about to finish him off, and Vegeta and everybody much riled him on, and he gained this power. It was like essentially the first time Jiren realized that he wasn't fighting just for himself anymore. Yeah, he got super powerful, you know, and he was about to finish him off. And of course, Goku with his infinite supply of energy. He has more energy than the infinite supply android energy. Seriously.
In some ways, it makes sense.
I don't know. After what happened to him, I thought he was essentially done and out. Like, I don't know.
Well, you look at his face. He was literally just pushing it. It wasn't like he was fully energized. If you saw him, he was knackered. And the fact that he couldn't stay Super Saiyan during that one phase, he literally kept going from normal to Super Saiyan. And we all know how easy Super Saiyan is for them now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think he was literally just running on the fact that adrenaline was causing him to, he probably didn't even have any energy, really. It's just the adrenaline was pushing him on. And adrenaline's a real thing.
This is true. But my favorite parts of this episode came with the conversations between Goku and Frieza. And just the moments when they're talking while they're trying to stop that blast from Jiren from hitting them with the shield. And seeing Golden Frieza's golden form kind of just like peel off of his body, I thought was really great. Because he's essentially running out of energy and he knows it. And the conversation they have, and it's like, essentially they're both realizing at that point that they have to sacrifice themselves in order to win at that point. And they come to that realization together and come up with a plan. So on the fly, like, okay, we're realistically the only two that can hurt Jiren now. Android, you go and pretty much support us from the back. And the team up is, like I mentioned in a private chat with you guys, I thought was one of the best team ups I've ever seen. Like, Goku and Frieza fighting together. The fact that they were so synced, they were more synced than Goku and Vegeta ever were. But seeing these two rivals, essentially yin and yang and black and white over here, going up against this super powerful entity together, like the sequence of attack was just so well animated, like you said, Ben. I don't think the entire episode's animation was great, but the sequence of them fighting was top notch. And just seeing the three of them working together with the surprise attacks, and it made the winner of the tournament, like I was hoping. We'll get to that in a little bit, but yeah, it was just the surreal moment. It was like Frieza, in a way, he's still super evil, but it's like the first time he's realized that he has to do the right thing in order to survive, and that's essentially sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
And him and Goku knowing, hey, we're out of energy here. This is our final trump card attack. And when he's like, hey, throw me.
Yes.
to Goku. It was so great. Goku just throws his ass, and that's the only way he's able to get that charging super attack that he used against Goku when they fought on Namek, because he didn't have enough power to do it himself. It was so great, and then everybody realizing, oh shit, Frieza's about to sacrifice himself, and when Goku and them wins, holy shit, this is Frieza we're talking about. This is the guy who'll never do that ever.
Is that, you're going to give me my wish back, Goku? He's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's like, remember your wish. You have to revive me. And then Goku's like, I don't even remember what Goku wished that he promised Frieza. If Frieza would have won the tournament. Do you remember? What was the promise that Frieza made to Goku?
That I'll battle you in my perfect golden form? Was that it? Or was it that Frieza wouldn't be such an evil bastard?
That they work together. I think it was something like that, yeah. But yeah, seeing the two of them and just pull off the final attack. And said it was cool to see Goku fly in and then go Super Saiyan and then lose the Super Saiyan right away. It was great, and then Jiren realizing that the reason he lost is because they worked together, whereas he always worked alone. And yeah, it put this huge smile on my face to see the two of them fighting together. Like, I thought it was just grand. These rivals, essentially, it's just like Goku and Vegeta, these rivals working together to stop Frieza. You essentially see it here with Frieza and Goku now too. I thought it was a fantastic moment. Yeah, I really did. Chris, what about you?
Yeah, I was waiting like, you done? No, I agree 110% with you, Gary. I know everybody expects this, but getting it in an unexpected place, character growth. I like that we're gonna see. Jump ahead a little bit. I like that we're gonna possibly see more evil Frieza, but to see him, decide that it's such a huge turnaround from when Goku first fought him on Namek to now that Frieza has become such a likable anti-hero, and I want to see more of that Frieza, because I already love him as one of the best villains of all time. Now I want to see this character growth, that he's not really, redeeming everything he's done, but under the right circumstances, he's not such an evil, murderous bastard. I love his fighting style. I absolutely love that they work together. Goku is more willing to work together with Frieza than he ever was with Vegeta. Like
it's just so messed up.
Yeah, it's like
even his own son, he doesn't even care to fight with him side by side.
But Frieza, and that's one of the coolest things about the dynamic between Goku and Frieza. Like you're saying, this yin and yang, like those two. It's coming to a point where it's like Batman and Joker or chocolate and peanut butter. Like you need each other. That they actually are these two opposing forces that need each other to really push themselves beyond any sort of limits and boundaries that they have.
As someone that's allergic to peanuts and nuts, I disagree.
But yeah, I mean, I love it when he tossed Frieza. That was just such a fantastic moment. It was like the dwarf tossing from Lord of the Rings. It was just great. The big fight was the big finish, the Jiren sandwich, which now I absolutely love and will continue to use that from now on. Ben, you've given a lot of people some fan fiction they're going to have to go and write now. That's but and then just how it all ends. I couldn't have been with Android 17, man. MVP, absolute MVP. Android 17.
And he got his boat.
He got his boat. Yes. Oh my God. I've never, to be honest, I liked 17 before, but after the way that they've done this, 17 he's risen several ranks in my favorite characters.
As I said before this podcast, I love how he won where he's like, what? Am I like, what? What?
Yeah.
It was like he looked so confused, and
it's how we thought Frieza was gonna win. He's just gonna wake up and everybody's out, and he's like, "Oh, I won."
Yeah.
After he got knocked out so many times. Let's talk about that ending, if you guys don't mind, because there's a lot happened in that ending that I thought was really cool.
Yeah. Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would love. I love 17 for this reason, because they did pick the perfect character for what happened after that, because of how Android 17 he's always going on about being human and doing the human things and doing the right things and all that, and that the fact that he was the one to do that wish, and just like the most humane and human-like thing he could do was to bring back everybody who was erased, because that was the right thing to do, and he didn't care about doing any kind of selfish wish fulfillment or anything. Like he was the perfect one to. It was what's the plot? What's the trope for that? Where you do where the main character like does the thing that they're supposed to do because it helps the story. I don't even know.
I want to bring this up to you guys, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Right. Android 7 got the wish, and they got the pass because it was a selfless wish, and that's what Xenos wanted. Now, if Goku did the same wish, would it technically be selfless? Because Goku wants the universe Jiren alive so he can fight him. So by Goku wishing the universe back to life so he could fight them, technically it is a selfish wish.
I think that comes down to the common. I think it was it Nietzsche that talked about duty versus selflessness, and that where it's like, okay, if you do your duty because you feel, predisposed to do that, versus if you volunteer selflessly because it's the right thing to do.
It wouldn't be volunteer. Goku wouldn't volunteer be doing it for the right thing. He'd be doing it because he wanted more strong people to fight.
Because that's how Goku is the whole series. He's not some warrior of justice or hero of justice. He just likes to fight stronger people.
Would Zeno have wiped out the universe?
Yeah, but the thing, we never really know what Goku's wish would have been. Yeah. He never actually said, "Oh, I'm going to wish for this." So we don't know what he would have wished for.
I'm just saying that, but if he had wished for the universes to come back, would it could be considered a selfish wish or a selfless wish?
Maybe well, the thing is, they wouldn't know, would they? Yeah. Like, the angels read his mind. They don't know if he did it just so he can fight Jiren again.
Goku would have said it, though. He'd have been like, I want to fight Jiren again, so let's bring all the universes
I want to fight
back.
Jiren again, so I'm wishing them all back.
Well, I think it creates a really interesting, like, the addition that, that Zeno, I think what we learned here is that Zeno is a lot smarter than we originally thought.
Yeah.
And we thought he was this childish creature, but here he is with this grand master plan where essentially he wants the winner to do a selfless act, pretty much a self-sacrificing act. And that's what they did. Like 17 is the perfect winner for this because we saw how he kind of changed throughout the tournament and how he learned. Like he even told Jiren, "Oh, I'm gonna want a boat," and Jiren thought it was all stupid, and all this stuff happened. And then when he
got his boat,
himself, he did, but he sacrificed. I think if it was anybody else, if it was Goku, especially if it was Frieza, we know what Frieza would have wished for. The universe would have been erased. I
don't know.
You think Frieza would have wished for everybody to come back?
He might have actually, just so he can try and conquer them all.
I
really think that's
this
why.
Is Frieza.
Frieza would have wished for Zeno's godly powers, so he couldn't be erased and he could become the master of all the universes. Like,
I don't know.
I don't know. I think 17 was the perfect choice to win it because, like you said, he was the MVP.
Yeah.
He really was, and I'm glad that the MVP was the one who actually won it.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was by default, but let's face it, I think he did way more than anybody else combined in that tournament.
Oh yeah.
Even though he didn't have the most knockouts, he saved the most, and he contributed the most to everything. I think it was
been knocked out Jiren at that time when the Jiren did that explosion thing. If 17 had blocked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
he was already self-sacrificing, so
yeah, he absolutely deserved to win, and I think the wish thing I thought was very well. I thought the surprise that Zeno would have destroyed Universe 7 if they made a selfish wish, I thought was a great little addition to the story. But please continue, Chris. Sorry.
Oh, no, you nailed it on the head. I absolutely love that they did that. I mean, I know, like Ben said earlier, everybody predicted that the universes wouldn't really be a waste. We get to see all of them again. I'm happy that they solidified that because I definitely want to see, as I said before, I want to see more of these characters. I think they've grown the roster with a cast of likable characters that we do want to see more of in the future from the other universes, which is really kind of what they were building on since we first discovered there were multiple universes in the Dragon Ball universe. You know, when Beerus, all way back in the beginning, when Beerus first said, "Oh yeah, there's more universes. I'm not even the strongest one of them." From, I believe it was Battle of the Gods. I don't think they mentioned that in the Super series, but in Battle of the Gods, he says that to Goku after they're done fighting.
So to be fair, he seems to be the strongest one.
Yeah.
Apart from the ones that we don't know about, really.
Yeah, well, he did say he lost an arm wrestling contest to Belmod, and that was his only loss that he's still bitter about. But I just, the way that they went about it, having Android 17 wish them all back, and the Zenos not being like you're saying, Gary, that we thought they were just kind of these childish whatever. I had a fear that if somebody was going to wish for that the Zenos would be like, "Oh, what? I did all this to cut down the number of universes, and now you're wishing them back. You're going against me. I'm basically God." But then they turned that around on me and be like, "No, that's exactly what they wanted."
Well, now this poses a really interesting question. Does this mean that all the universes he's destroyed before the tournament were also revived?
I was wondering about that.
And does it also include the universe that he destroyed in the Zamasu timeline? So does that mean Zamazu's back as well?
Could be. That could play in, because they mentioned that Zeno destroyed 6 universes before this. Beerus was telling Goku. So does that mean that those ones are back too, and that might be what leads into the movie that we're seeing? This new Super Saiyan God might be from one of those other universes? I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
He's from a different timeline.
Oh, is that something that they verified, that it's a different timeline? Saiyan? Yeah. All right. Still, though, you don't know. You don't know if it's all the universes or whatever
Well, he just said bring back the universes that are erased. He didn't specify in the Tournament of Power.
Exactly.
And the reason why I think Frieza is going to go after the other universes now is because there isn't much in Universe 7 he can take over. Because if he tried to take it over, if he goes too far, Goku's going to be there. He's not really going to want to go against Goku and Vegeta because he knows what they're like.
But technically, Frieza is more powerful than Super Saiyan Blue Goku.
Yeah, but is he more powerful than Super Saiyan Blue 2 Sparkly Vegeta and...
Oh yeah, Sparkly Vegeta, I forgot.
And possibly Ultra Instinct Goku, if he ever unlocks it again.
I think that if anybody could push Goku to go Ultra Instinct again, it would be Frieza.
Yeah.
And obviously Jiren will still be able to do it.
But that's who
knows though.
Frieza will somehow try and find a way to skip universes to try and take over other universes because he knows that he can probably take over most of them.
After seeing their most powerful warriors in the Tournament of Power, he'll probably be like, well, Universe 9 is a bunch of weaklings, I'll go after them first.
Yeah. Because at the end of the show, it just says, the Emperor of the Universe is back, not the Emperor of Universe 7.
And he wouldn't be breaking his promise to Goku,
No.
because it would be like, well, I didn't take over Universe 7, you didn't say anything about these universes.
Yeah.
Notice when they showed Universe 6 come back, Frost wasn't a part of it.
Yeah, Frost was there. He was like hiding.
He was there?
Yeah.
I didn't see him.
I
he
was
was
wondering
there. He
that
was just
too.
like really in the background. No, I
Interesting.
did like that. Leaflet's first things are pretty much like, okay, we need to train to Super Saiyan 3 now.
Yeah. It's like, let's go train it to be Super Saiyan 3. He's like, that.
More Kale and Kfa. Yes.
Yeah, I love how Cabba thought that Vegeta had won.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kept your promise.
Another thing that I found really interesting, we also found out that the angels can bring back without wishes. They can just revive people however they want. I thought that was really cool that Frieza technically still got his wish because of what he had done for everybody else, and that it was Beerus who gave him that wish. It's just weird to see that this evil character, who we know is still evil deep down, and everybody was okay with the fact that they're just going to let him go and be his evil self again. It's almost as if they all forgave him for all the shit that he's done to them.
To be fair, though, how many planets can he take over? There is like 26. Have them, Frieza.
But it's Frieza. We know Frieza can get more powerful than he already is with training.
But that's the thing, though, Goku, that's what he kind of wants.
Yeah, but is it something that Beerus would want, or Whis, or hell, even any of his Goku's friends? Hell, Vegeta shouldn't even be happy about that. To me, I found it interesting because...
So what you're saying is that Frieza should have been brought back to life, they should have skipped to the thing, and then have a scene where Vegeta gets in the capture corp and goes to hunt down Frieza.
No, I just wanted some sort of resistance from any of the other team members after he was revived. Like, they just kind of just, whatever.
They're probably just thinking, oh shit, we didn't die. We're not wiped out.
I guess, but the thing for me with Frieza right now is he seemed to really not care that they had won. He's like, okay, I guess I'll go back to hell. This is just as bad. I really wanted Frieza to be like Frieza after the tournament. Like, we won, and like I wanted him to be super pissed off that he didn't get the wish that was promised to him. You know, kind of resist a little bit, but he's just like, oh, whatever, just send me back to hell. We're done. And Goku's like, oh, do you have to go now? You still have time. It's like, what the hell, man?
See, I love it. They need each other. They need to have each other in their lives. It's like this. It's like a bromance that we thought we had with Vegeta and Goku, but it's even stronger with Goku and Frieza because Goku needs Frieza and Frieza needs Goku in his life. And
I just hope that they don't do with Frieza what they did with Vegeta. Like, I don't want him to kind of become this somewhat anti-hero who comes to save
I kind
Goku
of think
and his
he's
friends.
going to become like the earlier Piccolo.
I don't want that. I want him to be
like really early Piccolo. Basically, I expect Frieza to only help like when it's a universal threat, when it's convenient for him.
Maybe.
I don't expect him to go and help Goku like, oh no, your TV remote is stuck behind the sofa, I'll come help. Let me use my tail.
Pan needs a babysitter? Sure, I'll come and babysit for you. Thanks, Frieza. That's really cool of you to do.
Yeah, you can use his tail to rocket backwards and forwards. Be fine.
I still want him to be a threat everybody should fear. I really do.
I really think he'll be a threat, but I don't think he'll be the major threat.
Yeah, and I'm glad they added the last scene for him as well towards the end of the episode, where he's rebuilding the Frieza Force, and the Master of the Universe is back. It's going to be really interesting to see where they go, and if Frieza is still going to be really how prominent he's going to be in the movie, or when the show even returns, or what it's going to be next.
Well, it's about Saiyan the movie, so I'm guessing Frieza's going to be a big part of it.
I'm hoping.
I don't think he's going to be the villain, though.
I don't think he's going to be a main villain in anything anymore. Quite honestly, it makes me a little sad, but it makes me happy that he should become more of a prominent character in the universe. In the show.
I think that he'll... I don't know, I think he'll be attacked by the Saiyan God.
Maybe. And he's going to come to them for help?
Yeah.
That would be cool. Like, I actually was thinking that after he was revived, that Whis was going to take him on as well to train him to be the next God of Destruction. Yeah. Right then. I thought that would have been really cool. But... yeah, we'll see. I think it was a fitting. I'm sad that he didn't win, but now that I know that the universes would have been erased, I'm glad he didn't win. Well, in all honesty, I think I would have been very happy if he would have won, but the fight, the team up between him and Goku was infinitely more satisfying than him winning to me. Like, just watching it was just phenomenal. I wish, like you said, I wish the episode was longer so we would have seen more of it.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know what one of the best parts of the episode was? The ending. I mean, literally the ending, where you see Vegeta and Goku doing that old pose in the desert where they fought for the first time.
Yeah. The same combat pose. I thought you were going to say it was the part when Pan headbutts Vegeta and pulls on his cheek.
Really good also.
He's like super pissed. He's like, "Come on!"
For me, my favorite was when Zeno asked, "So what next, Goku?" And Barrett's like, "No!" He just like grabs him. He's like, "No, thanks, sorry, we're fine. We're gonna be leaving now. We're very short on time." And it's just like, "Shut the fuck up, Goku. Just shut up."
Now, about the Whis' ability, I kind of hope there is a limit on it, because otherwise it would feels like they could just cheat death even more now.
Yeah, he can just revive whatever the hell he wants. In a way, it makes sense because he's an angel and whatever. But I do feel it's weird because Zeno, he can't revive universe. He can only destroy them, right?
Well, we don't know. We've not seen him.
I think he can only bring him back. But you're right. We don't know.
Well, he's basically God, so he can create or erase whatever he wants, I would assume.
Then what's the point? They could have just asked him, "Hey, I want my wish to be this," and he would have granted it.
Well, I guess. I don't know. It's not as big by having just him wish do it. You know what I mean?
I am glad they made the Super Dragon Balls actually more relevant than just Dragon Balls, because we know that none of the other dragons could bring back universes, but it's nice to
I still hate how bullshit it was in Trunks' arc though, where Zamasu is like, "Oh, I collected all the Dragon Balls, I wish for my wish, and then I used the time ring to go back in time to collect the Dragon Balls again, using powers of hacks."
Okay,
good.
He thought He thought too small scale. If he really could have used the Super Balls for all that, he would have just like done everything he wanted. Well, he could have just wished for all the mortals to be dead.
Yeah, he could have
Like
literally gone.
Zamasu.
I wish for all the universes to be erased. Zamasu, you could have done your entire plan without anyone being able to fight you.
Yeah, I enjoy anytime you get time travel and weird shit like that involved. It's just, I don't know. You can never.
Time travel has never worked right in any.
No,
even Doctor
there's
Who.
too many.
It's okay, Trunks. I didn't want your cells in me because I already had enough cells, even though it doesn't make sense because in this timeline you should have killed Frieza, but still!
Yeah. As much as I like the Goku Black art, I feel it was the weaker of them all because of the whole time travel mishmash, wibbly wobbly stuff.
But we shall bring that stuff up next week, maybe. Where we do a recap of all the Dragon Ball Super series seasons.
Well, before we go, though, can we speculate a little bit about the movie and who the villain is that we saw?
Well, it's Yomishi, I'm guessing.
Who the hell is that?
The original Super
That's
Saiyan
the first
God.
Saiyan. Mm-hmm.
But he's so hairy.
That's what I believe. I actually believe the true form of Super Saiyan God, or at least part of.
If you say
God.
Super Saiyan 4, I'm going to punch you right
4?
in the face. God damn.
No. Because remember, he has the same colour as Kale. I actually believe the legendary form might be the original God form.
Berserker say.
Yeah. And that, remember, Saiyans they've changed it to Azara, so it makes sense that the further back you go, the hairier they are.
Yeah, my guess is, I think you're right, it is going to be the Super Saiyan God.
Yeah.
And I think Jiren is going to come and help Goku fight this battle, because I think, like I said before, I believe it was the first Super Saiyan God that destroyed his family, Jiren's family, in this flashback. And he's going to come to help him.
Basically Goku's version of Frieza, in that's he destroyed his home and whatever.
I don't know how it happens exactly, but my guess is the God somehow arrives in that timeline. I don't know how. I've got no idea yet. Maybe the Super Dragon Balls?
Maybe when the universes got revived, so did he.
Yeah. And then he fought Frieza. Frieza escaped barely. The reason why he fought Frieza is maybe because of timey-wimey stuff, and he knew about the Saiyans being destroyed somehow. And then Frieza gets back to Goku, tells him about it. Frieza's not that damaged, but still scampers off. Tells Goku about it, and then Goku goes to fight him, loses, and then he gets help from like Vegeta and Jiren and stuff like that, and then they almost win, and then Goku gets the killing blow because it's a Dragon Ball movie and Goku always wins those.
If we see more Ultra Instinct, I'll be happy. So, but like Goku was saying at the end of the series, he was, Vegeta's like, "Why aren't you going, Ultra Instinct?" And he's like, "I can't do it anymore. You don't push me to that level. Only Jiren did, and Kefla pushed him to that
now
level."
That he'll have Ultra Instinct mastered by the time the movie comes out.
He's training right now. You don't see it in the series, but he's training right now.
Well, you got the movie set after the Tournament of Power, but they didn't say how long after, so it could have been like a while.
Now, this is going to be the first movie that's technically, I mean, I could say Battle of the Gods and Resurrection F, but those were already recapped in the series. So this is going to be the first movie that's actually canon and bridges the gap to the next.
I'm calling it now,
series, right?
That this movie will be recapped in whatever the new Super sequel will be.
Yeah.
The reason why they did it before is because they wanted to, make sure that people didn't miss have to watch the movies to actually know the rest of the story. So if this is such a story-driven movie, then chances are it'll be recapped in the
Dragon Ball Ultra.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Ultra plus Ultra.
Plus Ultra. Speaking of Season 3, My Hero Academia coming out soon.
I know. I finally watched Season 1
excited.
and 2. I never watched them before, and I watched them recently.
So good.
I didn't. I must admit, I hated the first 6 episodes. It was a bit too slow for me. Then after that, I liked it.
Yep.
I did want to say about the movie teaser that too. Really quickly, sorry.
Yeah.
I am digging how they're back to the old DBZ art style though.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know it looks like the old Dragon Ball Z cartoons rather than the super art style, which I think is really cool.
Well, they want to go back to the manga style just because it's easier for them to do than it is the.
I'm actually really curious to see how things are different in the manga when it comes to the end of Super.
Well, you'll find out when the movie comes out, probably.
Is that when the manga is supposed to end?
I don't know.
Well, you read the manga, so.
Well, they've only just started the tournament, so.
Exactly.
But to be fair, 2 people have been knocked out already.
Oh yeah, you said.
Jen and Krillin.
Krillin got knocked out on the first page of the manga. Literally, he got the page, and then the second page, on the first panel, he'd been knocked out.
Oh, poor Krillin.
Then Tien lasted a bit longer, then got knocked out. And then Roshi was about to be knocked out until Goku saved him. Do you want to know who knocked them out in the manga?
Frost.
Not Tien and Krillin.
Yeah.
Frieza told him to use his energy up, and then when he's tired, Frieza will help instead.
I'm curious to see if it ends the same way the Super ended, or if he decided to change some more stuff around.
I think it'll end the same way because they both have the same. They have the draft. Because the manga and the TV show don't really, although they got told the rough plot by Toriyama, he doesn't go into all the details. The details are up to Toei and the Torotaru to decide. But the ending is done by Toriyama.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's like the beginning, middle, end are all done by him. It's just that the in between bits are done by Toei and.
It's nice. It's nice that he gave them some creative freedoms.
Yeah. And
at the same time, it's really nice that I like what they did with it. I gotta say, this isn't just a fanboy speaking. Despite the criticisms of it, I really enjoyed the Super series. I think it's.
All I know is now that Super has ended, can I get my Yamcha spin-off anime? I don't know if you guys ever read the Yamcha manga, but it was brilliant.
No, I haven't. That's cool. That's unexpected.
Yamcha, basically, spoilers. I'm going to spoil pretty much the whole manga here. So warning everyone who hasn't read it. It's very old now, so if you haven't read it and you didn't care that much, then it's your own fault. Basically, someone in the real world gets knocked out, and then he wakens up finding out he's in Yamcha's body. And then he knows all this. He basically gets set in the original Dragon Ball, so he has the knowledge of everything up to Super. Then because he was a fanboy, so he used his knowledge of the Dragon Ball history to make Yamcha stronger and change history to make it so that Yamcha was a winner.
Wow.
Stuff like going to Namek on his own so he could get Yamcha to get Guru to give him a power up.
Wow.
There's some of us. You gotta read it's been a while since I read the manga, but they did basically all the major arcs, but with Yamcha being the hero instead of everyone else. Like Yamcha beats Vegeta with Goku's help. And the Cybermen don't kill him because he knows about it.
Oh my! Then this is official.
Yeah, this is official.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Do you want to know who the main villain ended up being?
Oh my god!
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys have one guess.
Who are?
Oh, really close. I'm gonna
Damn it!
get you guys have one guess because it's someone you would never picture ever as a.
Korin.
Oh, that would have been cool. Though. Okay, it was Chaozu. And the only reason why, basically, Chaozu had been possessed as well, like Yamcha. And the only reason why he found out that Yamcha got possessed was he kept saying math questions to him, and he was actually doing them right. And he remembered that Chaozu can't do math properly, so that's how he knew he was possessed.
Wow.
And you know what? And then you find out who really set up the entire thing. Beerus and Champa. They were playing an interdimensional version of chess, pretty much.
Oh my god, that's phenomenal.
My mind
trying
is
to sort of rivalry again, and instead of food, they decided to play chess.
I'm speechless, Ben. I can't even believe I can't believe I've never heard of this, and I can't believe that this is what it is. Wow. I might just have to check that out for shits and grins.
Yeah, it was a good manga.
It doesn't sound like it. Be honest with you, it does not sound like that is a good manga in any way, shape, or form.
Like the weirdness of it. I like weirdness, so it's why I like Nico Margin Z.
They should have made a what's it called?
Yeah.
What's it called? Episode of it.
Yeah.
A filler episode. Of Yamcha.
Yeah. That's why I like Nico Margin Z, which is like a futuristic version of Margin Buu that's got cat ears.
Oh my god, that sounds adorable.
It even reads like Dragon Ball manga in the manga. Yeah, they even got a rip-off of Superman in that Nico Margin Z. And again, that was done by Akira Toriyama. It's official. In fact, if you play the Japanese version of Budokai 3, I think it's Budokai 3, or is it Budokai Tenkaichi, one of them, you could actually... Which one was at the board? Was that Budokai 3?
I think it was Tenkaichi 2, wasn't it?
With what?
With the board. You know, like with Dragon Ball Z, Fighter Z.
Oh, that was Budokai 2.
Budokai 2. There was
the
actually...
one that had like the board game. Yeah.
In Japan, there was a Nico Margin board, which you could lock by beating the whole game. They also had cooler. Yeah, they also had cooler in the game as well that you couldn't get outside of Japan.
Oh, nice.
But yeah,
I think a lot of people who don't really know a lot of Toriyama's works, I think a lot of people forget that he does a lot of goofy stuff.
Yeah, he prefers his goofy stuff over his serious, I think. Like, there's Dragon Ball Mice, which is a Dragon Ball manga set before Dragon Ball. There's the Nico Margin series, which is not in the Dragon Ball universe, but still has some Dragon Ball style characters in it. Jacko. We all know about Jacko now.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Dragon Ball Minus originally, if I'm rightly, with Tights, which is Bulma's sister.
They should have put Vegeta's brother in too as well.
Yeah, Tarbell. They did mention him though, remember?
In the movie, but not in the Super show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I thought it was the show where they said, "Oh, you should have phoned your brother up." He said, "I don't know how to contact him."
No, he said he could, but he's too far away. It's gonna take him forever to get there.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I remember in the movie that's what he said. Bulma asked him, "Can't you call your brother?" And he's like, "He's too far away. He'll never get here on time."
Before we end, as we're going to end this podcast because it's nearly an hour, I'm going to say one thing. If I'm right, I have pretty much confirmed that the movie is a global release.
I think it is. They've confirmed that it's going to be a global release. Yeah.
So, yeah, they'll be everywhere. And I will
gonna be a
travel to
long wait,
London
man.
to go see it. I am
Oh,
going to a
snap.
premiere. I don't give a shit how much it costs. I'm going to a fucking premiere. I'm going to see it in a massive off crowd. I would be like,
Are we gonna go see it in theaters too, Chris?
Maybe.
Do it.
Depends. I hate going to theaters. I hate going to movie theaters at this point. I'm spoiled by all my on-demand content, and I just hate the movie theater experience now. So we'll see.
Grateful you have a movie experience near you. I have to travel. Look, I'm going to go see Avengers next month, right? I think it's next month. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get on a train. Then when I get to my location, which is an hour away, I'm going to have to walk across about a mile, get on a bus, get on that bus for another hour, then I have to walk another half a mile from where the bus stop gets to the cinema.
Fuck, I thought you live in Victorian era London, not the fucking Shire. Jesus. After a while, let's go on a quest. What's the quest? We're gonna go see the new Dragon Ball movie. Oh, tally ho! Here we go. Your sword and my axe.
When I went to go see Dragon Ball movie, actually, I got a train to York, then that to somewhere. There was like 3 trains, and then a bus, and then a taxi. It was a 6-hour trip.
And then there's a time machine. You gotta hop on that. It's a phone booth on the corner.
We actually have one of those phone booths in Scarborough, by the way. You know, the TARDIS style ones. It's on the beach. Well, not on the beach itself.
Of course it is.
Yeah,
The most out of
they
place.
threatened to knock it down, and everyone's like, no.
It's a part of our culture.
Yeah. A little fact: did you know that the police station tried to sue BBC at one point for it? I know this is nothing Dragon Ball related, but yeah, they tried to sue the BBC for using the image of the police box.
For Doctor Who?
Yeah. And the BBC won against the police. Saying that the blue box was so old that the more people recognise it as a Doctor Who thing than they do an actual police box, so therefore it's now pretty much become a TARDIS. And we'll end our random Dragon Ball Doctor Who fan fact with that.
Perfect. I love it.
See you all guys next week for the recap of every episode, and hopefully we'll have a Tim the new form next week, and we'll have our final form. So
Fonzie should be coming back too.
This isn't even my final Fonzie. When they join us next week. So until then, have a good week, and I don't know, go play Xenoverse or Dokkan Battle until December. Or that new mobile game, Legends. Bye everyone.
Bye bye.
See ya.